What's up, everyone? Axel here of Axetruth.com, and this is where I cut through the bullshit. And I'm getting ready to cut through this bullshit here about this Dahmer docuseries on Netflix. And let's just get right into it. Let's cut through the chase. It's garbage. I didn't have it yesterday. I woke up yesterday. I was kind of low on energy. I felt like I was coming down with something, so I kind of like rest a lot. I took this turmeric elixir that I have, and that knocked it right on out. But I just rested all day yesterday, and I was sitting here. Well, I want to watch something. Let's see, what should I watch? What should I watch? And my streaming app, I just went and pulled. I said, well, let me just take a look into this Dahmer series that is out. Because I actually do like movies about serial killers. I watched Gacy. I watched the one about Ted Bundy, and I watched the one about Son of Sam. So I find those movies, I like to watch those type of movies. So this is a docu-series, which I don't understand why they made it into a docu-series. They could have just made a movie and left it at that. But now Netflix can't do that. We got to make it, stretch it out and throw all the LGBT, because that's what's in it. I'm gonna tell you, that's the first thing in the first episode. I've only made it through 2 episodes, and that's it. Because it's actually, not only is it garbage, it's boring. It's boring. I fell asleep. I mean, I don't know. It was not interesting. It didn't flow well. The first episode probably would be the best episode of the whole thing. I'm not gonna try to go watch it to find out because it was that bad. It's just artistically, it was bad. The writing. Everything was kind of far-fetched in a way. So let's just go from the top of how this goes out, and then I'm gonna get into the other part with the Rainbow Skittles cult and what they're upset about, and how they should not be upset about it, because this is LGBTQ. Because in the first scene, it's like Jeffrey Dahmer is at the gay club, I think a black gay club, and so he's in there flirting with these kind of like 3 black gay dudes and buying them beers, and he takes one of them home. They want him to see which one he's gonna pick, and the other one goes home with him. And I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm going like, okay. And when he gets to his house, he walks into the apartment. Nice house. Goes into the apartment. The house smells bad. It smells terrible. And he says it was some rotted meat. Now, that was already, and not only that, there was a big old thing of bleach over here. So, the house is a mess. Is a thing of bleach here. Somehow, he makes this guy a drink. He make the guy a drink. The guy looks down and drinks. It looks like something floating in there. If you notice something is floating in your drink, it doesn't look right, are you gonna drink it? Who wrote this mess? And he drunk a little bit of it. I'm going like, okay, y'all just, you could have just left that part out. That's just dumb. He could have just put it down. If anything, he could have said something floating and just put it down. That would have made more sense. So somehow, I don't know, in the mix, Jeffrey ended up was telling him he wanted to take some pictures and we'll pay him for it. Some erotic pictures or something. I don't know. And he has this Polaroid camera. So I'm going like, okay, Polaroid. And somehow he gets a handcuff on the black dude. And then the next scene, they go into the bedroom, and you walk into this bedroom where there's a mattress with no sheets on it and blood stains on it. I'm sitting here going like, it somehow in between that time, Jeffrey Dahmer had already pulled a knife on the black dude and told him to shut up, or he was gonna kill him. A knife, not a gun, a knife. Which means that all you have to do is look around for the nearest thing to clock this dude over his head and battle. Scream, holler at the top of your lungs, and just battle it out. Because you now it's survival of the fittest. Which that did come into play, but it was just too much BS up until that happened. So next thing you know, the guy somehow takes off his shirt. He grabs Jeffrey Dahmer's hand and started rubbing up it and then kissing on his neck. Just stuff that you just going like, okay, here comes the gay eroticism. I'm sitting there watching it going like, okay, just pour it on, Netflix, pour it on. So next thing you know, the black dude took his shirt off and he dancing and all this. I guess trying to seduce him to get him sidetracked to hit him upside the head, which he eventually did to try to get out, and then he took something else and hit him again, and he finally got all the locks off the door and got out and ran out. He ran out the door, ran down the street, was screaming, "Somebody help me! He tried to kill me!" Here comes the next propaganda that Netflix gotta put it in. Okay, he's running down this alley and two cops pull up on him. The two cops that pull up on him happen to be two white cops, and they get out, and it kind of makes the white cops be kind of like not cooperative with him in a way, making it look like the cops thought he was up to something. Which, if you see someone without a shirt on running or whatever and handcuff on his hand, you don't know what the hell is going on, but the way you could tell, the way they crafted this scene, it was trying to push that narrative of black dude, white cops, unfairness, all that. It's just, you could just see it plain as day. And this is why, that's another reason why the show is garbage, just straight garbage. So along with the overflow of gay sexual erotism, sadomasochism, whatever that shit is, and then now you got the propaganda with the cops, and then the cops, he get the cops to go back to the place, and he stands outside the apartment and tell the cops he tried to kill him. The cops go in the apartment, and they look around, and they go into the bedroom, and I'm going like, you don't notice that blood on that? Number one, it was they noticed the smell when they got into the apartment. Cops know the smell of a dead corpse. They do. They just do. If they've been out, they know that smell. The majority of them know that smell. But then they go into the bedroom and they see the blood on no sheets on the bed. Blood is on the mattress. And then he finds some Polaroid pictures that shows the pictures of the victims that he killed, mutilated, and ate. They finally tackle him down and arrest him. And then, so that ends the episode where they take him to jail. And then Niecy Nash is the neighbor. She comes out and she's yelling at the police. "I told y'all, I've been calling, trying to tell y'all. I'm telling y'all, y'all didn't pay me no attention. Y'all just ignored me. I've been reporting this." Again, here we go with the neighbor was telling it, everyone was telling it, the police was ignoring it. I don't know how much of that is true. However the case may be, you could just tell, and they would say, well, because it was in the black neighborhood, or because he lived in the hood. And so the next episode was, they showed a little bit about his childhood, and then they showed this thing with this Cambodian kid that he picked up at the drugstore. Now, in between him picking this kid up at the drugstore and taking him home, I was like, I fell asleep. It was just being drug along, inched along. It was a lot of, it was just bad. It was badly written. You could have did this in a movie and cut off all that fluff and stuff that you was putting in it. So artistically, it was terrible. Now let's move on into what the Skittles, what the Rainbow Crew is upset about. Okay, so here we have, they're saying it's not the representation we're looking for. Netflix removes the LGBT tag from the Jeffrey Dahmer drama series. No, it should stay, because it's all about that. The first scene is LGBTQ. Everything is, they're making sure he's gay. It's a gay thing. When he had the Cambodian kid in the house and drugged him up, he left the house and the kid somehow got out, walked down the hallway in his underwear, and the neighbors was like, what's going on? He was so incoherent. And then when Jeffrey came back, he kind of ran up to the boy and said, "This is my boyfriend. He's drunk." And the police came, and then Neeson asked, "They said, are you sure this is his boyfriend?" And this is like a kid. It didn't look like he was of age. And the police, he said, "No, this is my boyfriend." He said, he drinks a lot. He got out, and I went to the store. He gets really upset, and the kid was bleeding. He said he fell. The kid fell, and all this. So the police lets him take the kid back into his apartment. So what else is this? It is LGBTQ, and you deserve this tag. They don't want the representation of it because they don't want it to be under them, as if gay people don't do any. They're all smiles, giggles, unicorns, and everything is just so happy and inclusive. They love everybody. Bullshit. This is a gay serial killer, just like the killer. What's his name? Who killed Johnny Versace? The guy. Let me see. Let me look it up. Andrew Cunanan, who killed Johnny Versace, and they did the series. That was an LGBTQ program, because that dude, Johnny Cunanan, whatever. I think it's Johnny Cunanan. I think that's it. Yeah, Gianni Versace. Andrew Philip Cunanan. That's who killed him. So, and the other gay dude, the producer, he made a series out of it, and it's actually really good. An American Crime Story series out of this, and I suggest anyone watch that. That was really good. That was pretty good. It wasn't as it was on FX, and it's called that's the show that it was on FX. So it's an American Crime Story, and I think that was pretty good. But this Netflix thing is terrible. But let's get down to the business at hand with Netflix. So you LGBTQs that saying this is not the representation you want, sorry, it goes under your tag, because the show is all LGBTQ. In the first episode, they made sure you knew everything about this man being gay. The people he targeted were black, well, basically men of color, the ones he killed and ate, and he was a white gay man. So I think what it is, they can't, these social justice race warriors and all that, they don't know how to decipher this, but it is, you need to take your tag. That tag needs to stay there, but it doesn't matter because Netflix got that whole LGBT category, which is something I would never even look into, because they talk about the other movies that they have the titles they have in their LGBTQ tags. It's called Heartstoppers, Sex Education, AJ and the Queen. That's the movie with RuPaul running around with a 12-year-old, 13-year-old boy. But let's get into this. Netflix has lost more than subscribers in 2022. It lost a cachet of employees and $185 billion in revenue. This is from IndieWire. Let's see. So, the streaming giant shed 200,000 global paid subscribers in the first quarter of 2022, and its first loss in a decade. Some of this disruption of the service is in Russia's due to Ukraine. now they 2 million subscribers, but mostly because Netflix realizes its rapidly maturing marketplace in the U.S. and Canada, where the company was down 600,000 subscribers. The sudden impact of the not so sudden reality that Netflix expectation to lose another 2 million subscribers by the time it reveals its second quarter April and June results. The media analyst at Monstef at Nesson forecast 280 million global paid subscribers by 2025. Netflix ended the quarter with nearly 222 subscribers. Now, HBO right now is in a lawsuit. They're being sued by their investors because HBO lied about their subscriber base to them. Why is HBO Max lying about their subscriber base? Who else is out here lying? Think about it. A lot of, I've said this many times, all this social media stuff, subscriber, follower stuff, it's fudged. They're lying. They're playing with numbers. But eventually those numbers need to pan out to moolah. They're not making any moolah. And if you're lying about the subscribers and you're lying about how much money you bringing in, let's reflirt back. Go over to the Bed Bath and Beyond. That's why that man jumped off the building. He's sitting there lying, and then it caught up with him. Netflix, they're losing subscribers not only because the majority of their content is crap, it's propaganda, it's woke bullshit. You could see it, and then it's bad. It's really not good. They're not good movies. It's really that bad. So their Netflix content is just bad. It's bad, and they have LGBT stuff almost in everything. You can watch a movie, and next thing you know, here comes some stuff in it why is this in here? A drag queen or one of the characters is gay, and they're gonna have to let you know they're gay. Which, why do we need to know this? Does that have a bearing on this story? What this movie's about? Who they sleeping with? What they do in the bedroom? Are we gonna see that? Oh, wait a minute. No, we will see it. Y'all gonna show something with them doing it, just for the sake of doing it. Has nothing to do with the story, but we're gonna show them kissing and hugging and necking and rubbing and rolling all over each other, just for the sake of doing it. But this Jeffrey Dahmer series, if you want to watch it thinking you're going to be entertained, I wasn't. I fell asleep on the second episode, part of it, and woke up near the end. And I knew that was the end of me watching it. So it's straight garbage. Put your comments below, share the video, subscribe to my channel. Join me tonight for Power of the Living Word at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, everyone.